everybody. We're going to give some people time to log on. This is the Yellow Letter Mentoring live training Tuesday for the people that are looking to become real estate agents and or investors. This is real estate related training. And I could say it's good also for first-time home buyers to kind of check out some of these trainings. My name is Wendy Lovejoy of the yellowlettermentoring.com, and so we're going to give people some time to log on with us. I see some people joining us, so we're going to give it just a couple more seconds. I know sometimes people get on and they don't see the live started and they get back off, and then they come back on when they see the activity. So we will give people some time to join us. And for those that are already here, I encourage you. I don't see everybody, but I'm going to say this probably more than once today. I really appreciate the people. When I teach, I try to come from that space, because I do get a lot of people that connect with me that really don't understand real estate yet, but they know that they want to make a lot of money through this platform. And real estate is one thing to me that can help you make the money. Real estate is not like multi-level marketing where you have to sign up a lot of people to make a few dollars, and then you got to keep signing up people. And the people that tell you that once you sign up like 3 to 6 people and it's over, because then they go do that and then you will stay, wealthy the rest of your life. I did multi-level marketing. That's not true. You're always working it. But I have to say, with every business, you're always working the business. You have to. And we look at Warren Buffett, the wealthiest man on the planet, is what they say, and he's working his business all the time. The difference is, once you start your business and you run your real estate business like a business, then you have teams in place, you have systems in place, and it's not that difficult anymore. It's not that hard anymore. It becomes easier as you keep doing it. The great thing about real estate and a lot of home-based businesses is that you can learn and earn as you're learning. So with real estate investing, I like to share with people the way I got started. And the way I got started is some of the things that I'm going to share now. But the other thing that I did, because I wanted to teach you the baby steps on becoming a real estate investor. So I even Googled baby steps for becoming a real estate investor, and the first thing that popped up is that you must find a mentor or a program. And that's something I share all the time, because when I got started in real estate, that's how I got started. That's how I got started in real estate. I read a book, and then I looked at the back of the book, and I saw that the gentleman that had written the book was offering a training program, and it was a week-long program. And at the time, I lived in the South Bronx, and his program was in San Diego. But I had committed that real estate is going to be the life-changing platform for me and everybody else around me. And so I believe the first thing you have to do is make a decision. And really keep the decision you make. Like this time, really stick to it. And if you know you have a pattern of giving up on stuff, know that along the way, your brain is going to give you excuses to get you to quit. Whatever's going to work for you. The program doesn't work like I thought it would, or the program got me doing too much, or, I don't have my credit ready right now, or I need to go get more money, or I need to, go do this, that, or the other. If you are the person that's going to keep talking yourself out of it, then know that no matter what I say to you, you're going to talk yourself out of it. Unless you train your brain. You got to train your brain. Your brain works for you. So you've got to train your brain to do what you want it to do, okay? If you tell your brain you are committed to making real estate investing the thing that's going to change your life, your brain will find everything you need to keep you going. But if you're used to, the only person, I say this all the time, you can lie to the whole world, but the saddest thing is when you lie to yourself, because you can't lie to God, you can't lie, your family knows you, so you can't lie to them. You may think you can, and there's certain people that know your patterns. Real estate investing is going to work best if you change your patterns. And if you've been following me, you know that I always start with mindset, because this is one of the things that changed my life and my real estate career, was the mindset. Now, I know sometimes people are gung-ho. They saw somebody with a car they like. I don't know how many people saw The Pursuit of Happiness. And you see when Will Smith sees this guy pull up in this fancy car on Wall Street, and he goes up to the guy and says, "How did you get this car?" And the guy tells him. So now that motivates him. Hey there, Duke. That motivates him to go do what the guy did. But he also has a why, and that why is he wants to change the life of his son. And so I always say, if you have a strong why, nothing I say will stop you, but everything I say will propel you, because your why is the motivator. Your why is going to make you move. Even with that, your brain knows you. So what your brain will do is it knows how to sabotage you. I do a lot on mindset and training, because 90% of your success is not in the material. 90% of your success is in changing your habits and also in connecting with the right people. That's 90% of your success is if you change the way you think. When the work is given to you, you'll do it. So even these 5 steps I'm going to share with you, you'll go run with it if you are really committed to your why. And then if you're not committed, then you're going to make all types of excuses. There's a saying, some people will do the work as long as it's comfortable. They want the success as long as it's comfortable. But if they have to go harder, they won't. If they got to put in extra, they won't. But they look at the people that have sacrificed and put in the extra, and they say, "Oh, I want what they got." But they're not willing to do what they have to do. So I hope you're not one of those people. And the people that do reach out to me, last week I offered people to get involved through the Yellow Letter Mentoring program, the Scripts program, because some people said, well, you know, I need to build up my cash flow to be able to get into the mentoring program. Is there anything less expensive that I can start with? And of course, we came up with the success scripts for the people that want to invest. And that program's under $500. And you can even make two payments if that works for you. But the goal is you got to invest and you got to get involved. And then there's some people that say, no, I don't even want that program. I want to do something more expensive. But this is not about the program. I just want you to understand that even when you Google how to become successful in real estate, they tell you, you got to find a mentor or a program. If you Google weight loss, it'll tell you, you got to, join Weight Watchers. Why? Because that's a program. Or the keto diet, that's a program. And then they encourage you to join the gym. Why? Because if you get in the habit of being around other people that are healthy, that are working out, more than likely you're going to do the same. So, baby steps. Find a mentor and or a program, and then commit to it. Commit to it. Make a decision that you're going to do it no matter what. And the thing is, once you make that decision, if you follow me on Durbin's Daughters, you've heard me when I share that, we live in a parallel universe. And there's a law. Everything is a law. The primary law or the secondary law is that you attract what you attract certain things. But the primary law is your vibration is more powerful than your attraction. So when you are vibrating that, yes, I want to be in real estate, yes, I want to succeed in real estate, you're going to start attracting the right program, the right mentor, the time that you need, the right marketing and everything else that I share here, because the universe is like a computer. It goes by what you put out there. And I know for me, some people say, oh my God, you're so lucky. But when I vibrate a certain way and I say, you know what, today, this is what I'm looking for, I attract it back, because that's the energy I'm putting out. And then secondly, what you want to do is you want to not put all your eggs in one basket. So don't join a program where they say you need to put $60,000 to get started in real estate, because there are so many programs that are under $5,000 that can get you started in real estate. So you don't want to put all your money in one program, and then when it doesn't work, you know you're not going to work it, or they only give you pieces of the program. Like in our Yellow Letter Mentoring program, we give you the workbook in stages because we want you to gain habits, certain habits. But we don't say, okay, now you got this, you got to go buy this program and that program. And, you know, we have students that we have helped with, guide them with credit repair and help them even, you know, connect with the right accountant so they could file their taxes correctly, and really give them a real game plan of this is what it's going to take for you to invest in real estate if that's what you want to do, and this is what it's going to take for you to do your first wholesaling deal. And the ones that walk it out and don't try to change it, they have the success. But the people that get on board and then they feel like, oh, I already know this already, and then they try to switch it and add their way of doing things with the recipe, it doesn't work as well, because now we have to change the bad habits that they've already built. So you don't want to put your eggs in one basket. You don't want to take, if you only have 50,000, don't go put it all in one program. If you only have 10,000, sit down with somebody and be guided of what the best way to work that 10,000. And so this is why we offer a game plan to help you with that. And so again, look at not putting all your eggs in one basket. Number two, or 2A, another bullet point of not putting your eggs in one basket, is you want to make sure you are pre-qualified. A lot of people, if you're like me, when I got started in real estate, I had no credit. So that was considered bad credit. I had no credit. I couldn't walk up and get a credit card from anybody or get a loan when I first got started in real estate, because I had no credit. Everything before then we paid cash for, so I had no credit, which again is considered bad credit. So I had to learn about credit and then do the steps to deal with credit. And then coming from South Africa back then, we weren't taught about credit, because we were taught you save up cash, you buy the land, you build the house, and that's it. It passes down for generations. So coming to America, you're taught that credit is more important than cash. But then comes along Robert Allen and says you don't need credit to buy a home. I can teach anybody anywhere in the world how to own a home. And I said, that's the guy for me, because I have no credit. And at the time I had no cash. So I had to figure out a way how to earn and to do whatever. However, getting involved in his training cost me about $7,000, and that's plane fare, the coaching, and the hotel, because his training was in San Diego, and I knew I had to be there for a week, and I had to fly from South Bronx to San Diego. And so that's why it cost me so much to get started. So you want to get qualified. You want to sit down with somebody that's going to say, this is what you need to do to get your credit right. It's better to know than not to know. And don't go on something where you have nobody to talk to. I think it's harder that way. And sometimes what I find when people come to me, or the people I refer them to, they will say, well, I is what I need to do. And then they find out that they made it harder for themselves. It is much, much better. And there's programs that won't charge you thousands of dollars to get your credit right. Now, there's also, once you have your credit right, You can also get credit lines for your business, for your real estate investing. Most people, when they tell you they're paying cash for their house, it's not because they're paying cash. Some people can take money out of their 401k, and that's paying cash, but some other people are using other people's money, and that's why you want to get pre-qualified, so you know what you can purchase. What is your purchasing power? And if they say at this moment you can't buy anything, then you at least know what to get started in doing. And then you want to also wholesale deals or become a bird dog, which means you find the deal and you turn it over to somebody else and you get a few $100s. Once you get your credit right, then you can do more. So I would say make sure you are getting yourself pre-qualified. If you want to, even in our Yellow Letter Mentoring workbook, at the last part of it, we give a lot of resources of some of the people that I've worked with over the years and some of the people that I know are doing a good job. And then you can contact them, and usually for the people we refer, they give them a discount. Now, some of the people, unless it's a real estate agent and as a broker, they're giving broker-to-broker referral fees. The people I refer you to, it's not because they're paying me to do it. It's because I've used them over the years and they've helped the people that I've referred them to, and they were satisfied and happy with it. And they bent over backwards, because most newbies to real estate investing have no clue what it takes to get them in order. And so when you do get them right, I've met people that have said to me, I've been working on my credit repair for 4 years, or I've been trying to get my taxes in order for 2 years, and I refer them to people and it's done within months. So, and sometimes sooner than that. So you want to make sure, again, that you get pre-qualified. Secondly, you want to look at, how can you start looking at rental properties. Don't wait until you're totally pre-qualified. Start looking, start being aware. Do I want to start with a 2-family? Do I want to start with a 4-family? I always share, when I got started in real estate, the first thing I got was a 4-family, which paid for my townhouse that I lived in with my children, but it also afforded my mother to live the way she wanted to live in this 4-family because she chose it. And she had a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath on the main floor, and then 3 bedrooms, 2-bath on the second floor, and then the third floor had 2 1-bedroom apartments. So 1 apartment covered her bills, 1 apartment covered my bills, and so we never had to worry about the mortgages because the tenants were paying for it. Hey, Daryl. And so you want to make sure that you get yourself pre-qualified and you start looking at rental property. If you are not ready to purchase rental property, the other reason I say start with rental property, because sometimes people are not really making a good income. And you don't have to buy right where you are. When I first got started, I bought properties in Tampa, Florida because it was cheaper there. I bought properties in Fort Lauderdale, believe it or not, Miami Beach, where I got a property, a 4-family in Miami Beach in the early 1990s for $60,000. It needed work, but I got the property. So be open to looking at properties in other areas, as long as you have what we call boots on the ground, which is people in that area that'll look out for you. You'd be surprised. You may have family members in the South that can go look at property for you. You may have family members in Texas that could go look at the property for you. And if you don't have family members, then you can make sure that you can watch the training we did on choosing a real estate agent, and then in watching that, then you can go talk to a real estate agent in that area or call them and then have them go look at the property for you. The easiest way to see a property when you're not there is you tell the agent, listen, I saw that you are a productive agent in that area, and I would love for you to look at this property for me. Would you mind using your smartphone and just FaceTiming me while you're walking through the property? Hey, cuz, while you're walking through the property. And so when you do that, then you will make sure that you get help with looking at the property and seeing exactly what it's like. There are so many easy ways to do stuff. Don't complicate it for yourself. Thank you for the hearts and thumbs up. I don't see who's doing it, but I appreciate it. So you want to make sure that you are talking to real estate agents. The most they could say is, no, I don't like working with real estate people. I'm not me. However, as I was mentioning before, if you when you get started, be open to purchasing real estate. When you purchase real estate, it allows you to become financially wealthy. Hey there, Serena, it's you doing all of that. Thank you for the hearts and stuff. But anyway, it allows you to make sure that you become financially wealthy. So get yourself prepared. And talking about taxes, you can contact Shannon or Serena Williams, and she's doing an amazing job helping people get their taxes in order. I know there's a lot of people out there, you have a side hustle like Uber, Lyft, maybe you're cooking for other people, maybe you're babysitting. She's really strong at all of that. But you got to get your taxes in order. And her being somebody that grew up in real estate, understands real estate, is going to help you get yourself in order to get your property. The other thing you want to look at is you want to choose a marketing plan. So before you choose the plan, or the marketing tool, you want to choose whether you're going to you're going to do letters, you're going to do postcards, you're going to do door knocking, you're going to do driving for dollars. What are you going to do? And you want to choose a zip code. That is the simplest baby step. Choose a zip code and then focus on marketing in that area. There's ways to purchase the list. You can connect with people, or you can just walk around in the neighborhood of your choice and talk to people there. You can also have an agent show you properties. Ask them, do you work with real estate investors? Are you okay with working with real estate investors? These are the type of properties that I look for. Do you have anything now? Can you go on MLS and find me anything, just so we can walk through it together, and then you can see the kind of things that I like to purchase. And once I get it, fix it up, I will give you the listing and you can get the buyer. Once I fix it up and I'm ready to rent it out, I'll give you the rental. And so now you're building a relationship. So decide what you're going to do for marketing, decide on the zip code. But here's the thing. Once you make that decision, you've got to be consistent. So it is much better to do 20 postcards every single week, and then you fill out your zip code, than it is to do 5,000 postcards today and then nobody hears you from you for the next 5 years. You're not working to really help yourself. It is much better to start small with a small budget. And if you have a job, you're never going to get out of debt working for other people. You've got to sacrifice. On Durbin's Daughter's Prayer Call next month, we're starting on finances. And one of the things that you understand about finances is that if you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, if you've ever read The Richest Man in Babylon, I know some of you have purchased my book, which is Money Answers All Now, and they all give you principles of success. One of the most important things that you're told is you've got to save something out of your paycheck. Because once that habit becomes a habit, it changes everything. So it's better to save $1 a month or to save $5,000 consistently. But it's not good to say, I'm going to, save $500 today, and then when an emergency comes, you go into that $500. It's better to take that $500 and put $250 in your business envelope or bottle, because I usually train and teach baby budgeters how to get started. And the way I got started, my brother who's watching will tell you, when I was like in the sixth grade, I already had a bottle that I was saving my change in. We got lunch money every day, so I put whatever change I had in that container, and I sealed it up so I couldn't open it. So I was always saving. You got to get in the habit of saving. So it's better to have two jars, one for your real estate business and one for your emergencies. But if you only have one, when an emergency comes, you're going to take everything and plunk it into that, and then you won't have money to get out of it. And then I meet people that say, but Wendy, that's easy for you to say. You've got money, you're not struggling. And I'm like, no, I was struggling when I got started. And I still keep those same habits. Once it's a habit, it's a habit. When you break the habit is when all the drama starts. So you've got to learn to put money to the side for your marketing. If you can only do $10, start there. Go and get Post-its from the dollar store, put gas in your car, get a bike, drive to the place if you have to. There's no excuses anymore. And just write a note. We buy houses cash, or I'm looking to buy your house for cash. Here's my phone number. And just stick it on doors, unless it's a neighborhood that says no soliciting. Or save up enough money where you can do a postcard campaign, or you can do a yellow letter campaign. And all yellow letters are not the same. Some of the templates in the yellow letters give way too much information. Nobody's going to call you. We have a specific template that I created from doing this for years and years and years. It works. And one of the first things I learned by going to Robert Allen's No Money Down course is writing letters to real estate agents. And I said, well, if it works for real estate agents, it's got to work for real people as well. And it does. You write letters and you ask them, or you can even talk to the agents. Do you have any inventory, any listing that's not selling that I can pay cash for, that the seller is motivated? Do you have anything that you had listed or that was listed for over 100 days and nobody bought it? Maybe it's been on the market 200 days. Maybe people are saying it needs too much work. Do you have anything, things that are boarded up? Or do you have $1 million home that nobody's purchasing and it's just been sitting there? Believe it or not, the $1 million property owners are willing to work with investors just like the boarded up homes are. And the great thing about these people is that they usually have more than one home, so they're not always just caught up in I've got to have every single penny. So be open to that. Again, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Number three, commit to the marketing. Find a zip code, stick to it. And as I mentioned before, when you find that zip code and stick to it, way to go. Okay. I see your audio. Okay, so now what I was saying to you guys is number three, commit to a marketing zip code. And you don't need to have 5,000 postcards go to the area. Start with something manageable, 500 or less. Way to go, 500 or less. Start with something manageable. It's got to be 500 or less. Because I've met people, like one of my students when he got started, he was spending thousands of dollars a month marketing. A lot of marketing. Hey there, Luke. A lot of marketing, but then his phone was ringing off the wall and he was scared to answer the phone because people were asking him and saying stuff to him and he didn't know what to say or do. And I said, no, back up off the marketing, go back through the list that you have, and now let's teach you what to say to them. And so that's what you need to learn. And step by step, let me walk you through a property. And his first deal, he made $90,000 on his first deal. But trying to do it on his own and just putting pieces together from everywhere, he was not having success. And so again, you don't want to do that. You don't want to take all your money and put it into marketing if when your phone rings you don't know what to say. Or you don't want to learn everything you have to say, but now you don't know how to get the financing to get the deal closed. Or you don't know how to talk to her. Like, it's so many pieces to real estate, but if you do these baby steps, you can learn as you keep going. And then commit to doing your marketing every single month, every single week. Do it weekly. But I say this, if you're brand spanking new, the babyest step you can take is to just tell everybody, I do real estate. I'm in real estate. Not even 15 minutes before I got on this call, I was talking to a young lady and I simply complimented her hair. I said, you know, I don't know who did your hair. You got to tell me who did your hair. Your hair looks so nice. It was just flowing. But then, and I thought it was a weave, but it turns out she's got hair like my daughter. My daughter's hair, people always come and root her because they think it's a weave. So this young lady's like, no, this is my own natural hair. I don't perm it or anything like that. I just blow dry it. I said, girl, you got to share exactly what you use. You know, because I do real estate investing and I'm in front of people all the time. So what I do is I decided to put these twists in my hair so I can just get up and go. And she said, you're in real estate? Oh my God, I was thinking of getting a real estate, an investment property. And I said, well, I'm the person to talk with. I didn't say to her, listen, we buy houses and we have all the cash and we this and we that. You got to build a rapport, and that's what we teach on the Scripts program, how to really do that naturally. And so again, you want to pick a zip code, focus on that zip code, and then that zip code will spill out. I tell people all the time, when I first started, my zip code in Queens was in Queens Village, because the office I worked for was in Queens Village. But then it spilled out everywhere. It went from Queens Village to Cambridge Heights to California to Miami to Tampa to Las Vegas. It just will spill out because people move and they go. But if I tried to market in Las Vegas, Tampa, Florida, and all these places, I would have never been focused and really understood the neighborhood. The reason you want to pick a zip code and get familiar with it is because you want to know the school districts. You want to know what kind of people live there. You want to know what they do on the weekend. Are they going to church? Or do they like to go out for dinner? You want to have a communication with the people so they feel comfortable with you. You want to drive by on Saturday morning when people are doing the grass and just tell them you're looking for property. But don't give them the energy of, I'm an investor, we only buy houses cash and we can buy it real quick. But if we buy it, I know you wanted 100,000, I'm only going to give you 30. No, you don't want that. You want to just be casual and people are open to working with you.